Hello, my name is Joseph Carlson, and this is episode 180 of Gaming with Grief, and I'm calling this episode Halloween 2022. But I want to remind you guys that this podcast will hit my website, www.gamingwithgrief.com, Monday morning at 7 a.m. Please go there, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the show. You can also subscribe to the podcast in either Apple iTunes, the Google Play Store, Spotify, and the audio of the podcast goes up at 7 a.m. just like it does on the website. So if you just want to listen to the audio on YouTube, you could do that. You can also write to me at gwgpodfellows@gmail.com. So, interact with me there. Give me the ratings there. Let me know if there's a game you want me to review, stuff like that. You can also follow me on Twitter at JustLittleJoe. So this episode is like a small departure. I'm trying to get a little bit ahead. But my wife and I are both playing kind of spooky games. Halloween is tomorrow, Monday the 31st, here in the United States. So we're just playing spooky games, and I just thought I would talk about it a bit. And in some small news, I got a hydraulic adjustable desk, so I'm actually standing up to do this podcast. I'm kind of blown away by, being able to stand up and do the pod. I feel a little bit better about it. I don't know, sitting all the time isn't good. I never bought the right chairs. Anyway, to the game. So this is a little bit of a spoiler preview, preview for Gotham Knights. Now you could say, Joe, what is spooky about Gotham Knights? I thought that game was about death. Yes, it is about death. It is about grieving. And I think the more I play, I'm probably, I'd have to check, maybe 15 hours in. I enjoy it. I know like I said before, the reviews have been split. I've even heard even more, kind of not dissent, but more people don't like the game, basically. There's tons of YouTube videos on people talking about how the game is terrible and how they just do not like it. I am enjoying the game, but I understand its flaws. And so basically, what's spooky about this game is you find out there's kind of zombies in the game. That's right. People are being raised from the dead. And not to get too, spoilery, but it is based on a DC comic. Ra's al Ghul has the Lazarus Chamber. It appears that some of the people in the Court of Owls, which is a storyline that appeared in the comics, I have not read it yet. I need to read it. I think I can get it for free. If not, I might just pay for it. Everybody says it's worth paying for and reading. But basically, the Court of Owls is experimenting with a kind of lesser chemical that makes the Lazarus pits, and they are raising people to do their bidding, called Talons. They have full masks and suits on. They look very owl-like, and they're basically zombies to attack you, and they are kind of spooky. That's one of the areas, like I said many times, I don't usually review gameplay, but they are really annoying to tackle because what they do is you have to do like a ranged heavy attack, which you have to charge up. They're running at you. The character lock-on is kind of iffy. Sometimes you end up doing a ranged attack against a wall, but you have to do that to defeat them. Regular attacks will just dodge out of the way, kind of like you do with regular attacks if you're fast enough. So that's one thing. And there's somewhat spooky ninjas. The League of Shadows, which is in the Batman Begins movies and obviously is in the comics for years, is what Ra's al Ghul was in charge of. Apparently he is not in charge of that anymore. So they are now coming to Gotham and killing everybody. They're killing the Court of Owls. It seems like some bystanders are stuck on the way. A la somebody said in a text, you don't even care about who dies in this. So there's some people that are caught in the crosshairs between the League of Shadows and the Court of Owls. And now the League of Shadows does have the Lazarus Pit. And it seems like, I don't know if they've ever talked about it in the comic, but it seems like, again, the Lazarus Pits are very protected. But they do bring people back from the dead. A la, you're not a zombie, but you're basically being resurrected. It is kind of spooky. I like the motif. I know people listen to this. The two people probably think I'm stretching. But there is some kind of spooky atmosphere when you go to the Court of Owls, and you see some of the motifs with the League of Shadows. The Court of Owls have these hidden doors. They also have these hidden symbols throughout town that show you these striga. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing those right. Probably not. That's probably a villain in Witcher or something that I've heard of. But basically, their histories or pages of their lore. You have to scan the environment, try to find symbols, and then you find this page. It marks it on the map. I think there's 40 of them. I think that's too much. But it is kind of neat. You can go to your database and read, and it's kind of neat. And with the League of Shadows, obviously they use a Middle Eastern / almost, I think they're speaking Arabic or some ancient Middle Eastern language. But there's also, obviously they call them shinobi. There's this shinobi element. They use smoke just like Batman. I don't know how true Batman Begins stuck to the comic, but he did learn from the League of Shadows, and so they kind of show that in the game. Plus, they're kind of maniacal in their way, and there is a hint that the more that Ra's al Ghul has used the Lazarus Pit, has become more and more, I don't know, crazy, I guess. And it seems like I think there's like a side story, or maybe just a bit of dialogue where someone says, "Hey, are they working on what's?" Oh, it was Batman was working on a cure for Mr. Freeze, but I think they allude to the fact that maybe they're trying to see what happened to Ra's al Ghul and maybe not cure him, but maybe deal with some of the problems he has from the Lazarus Pit. Because I think they make it seem like it's more of like a chemical imbalance. I don't know. I think, one, the game always takes place at night. You're in the Belfry during the day, which is a building with windows, and you can't really see out the windows. But there is some spooky motifs in the game. A lot of people have criticized Gotham for looking empty. I kind of like that it looks a little bit empty. It's like in the middle of the night, so people are going to be, in their homes and working and all that kind of stuff. There's going to be a lot of people in the street. I do like some of the auxiliary dialogue. If you drop to the street and a citizen's there, one, they say, "Oh, it's so-and-so," like I'm Robin, so they say it's Robin. I'm sure they say that with the other characters. But what I like with, one of the lines was kind of eerie was, you kind of drop down in front of this woman and she's like, "Oh, you, I'll just move along." So I don't know if she was committing a crime. I will say that I think that it was pretty neat. Like all this stuff, it just adds a spooky atmosphere. My wife and I are looking at spooky stuff to do for Halloween, and I liked it. I'm going to take a really quick break, and then I'm going to have my wife on because she's playing a true horror game. And since I'm a big scaredy cat and I don't like horror games, we are going to talk about it. Hey, we're back. That was crazy. So much time. Shout out to the standing desk. I don't know. My wife and I are standing here. Man,
that's pretty cool.
It's the future, right?
I like it.
Well,
we're moving up.
We are. It was all of $250, so it was on sale.
That's
anyway,
great.
Without getting into that, so I did want to talk to you because you are a true horror game aficionado.
Well,
you love the spookies.
I try.
Yeah, and I don't think I ever asked you. You played Resident Evil Village 8. You liked it. I don't think
twice.
I asked your... Yeah, she played it twice.
Yes, so much. I like to, trauma twice.
Right, you like to go through it. I do know that you said after you played it once, you get a shotgun with unlimited ammo. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is so delightful.
There was a lot of times I walked into the bedroom and you were just laughing, just loading the shotgun, like ready.
No, go ahead. Somebody else, come at me.
Yeah, you're just waiting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now the DLC came out.
It's
is
really
it called
good.
the Winters expansion? I think is what it's
Yes.
called. Right, and now you
Yes.
play Rose, who's the daughter of the main character, Ethan. I don't think I want to... So Ethan, everybody says is pretty much a wet blanket. Do you agree with that? He's kind of a...
I mean, he did beat some pretty heavy bosses. So, I mean, maybe he's half wet blanket.
I think people just don't like his personality, so they think he's kind of boring.
Yeah, probably.
But now in the DLC, though, you play as Rose, who has psychic powers.
Yeah, it's really cool. She wants to get rid of her powers, which doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, why would you want to get rid of your psychic? That seems totally ridiculous. Why would you get rid of it?
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, you're dumb.
Yeah, why would you do that? It seems pretty dumb.
Why do you need friends who you don't like your powers?
Yeah, well, when I walked in on, you basically fight these ash monsters or oil monsters or something
I don't know what they are. They just look like this morphed zombie-looking things.
Yeah. Do you like the gameplay?
I love it.
Is it any different than the main game? Or?
Well, this is third person.
That's kind of cool. How does that work? I mean, in Resident Evil, they've had that before, but I remember Resident Evil was more the fixed camera. And so... I know lately, haven't they done some third person before? It just seems like this is a different way to play Resident Evil. And
now there is, with the expansion allows you to play the regular game in third person.
Oh. Well, so you can play as Ethan walking around everywhere and play.
You can see the wet blanket.
Well, doesn't he do a thing where he hides his face? They said something about they try to make it so every
probably.
time the camera whips around, he kind of turns his head a little bit so you can't see his face.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like it just seems incredibly spooky. I'll say it looks, walking in a few times I walked in on you playing it, it looks
just about 5 minutes
beautiful.
ago.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I walked in and you were Well, I don't want to give anything away. It looked like you were in a world of hurt, and it wasn't good.
Yeah,
So,
I gotta figure out how to get out of the hurt.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
time.
but you're like, I gotta look it up.
Yeah, there's some of it you're like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do, but it's really fun.
Yeah. Did you look up how long it is? How long the?
No, I did not.
It seems like you've been playing it for a couple hours. It seems worth it. It was $20.
Yeah.
You get the third person, the main game. You get Rose's story.
I will say
you get some outfits. I think.
I am playing on casual mode just because I didn't want it to be too hard that I didn't enjoy it.
No, I mean just play how you want to play. You
Yeah,
know, don't let people tell you that they don't.
The DLC, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean it looks spooky too. There's a section where you walk in and some kids have written on the walls. It looks like, and it's really like there's a really good atmosphere. Like it's dimly lit.
Yep.
You found some creepy dolls in some sections.
Oh, there's a lot of creepy dolls.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think creepy dolls are pretty dumb. Scary.
You're a big fan of the creepy
I hate
dolls.
them so much. Like I said, I'm a big scaredy cat before I did this segment. I was like, I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't like creepy dolls. So do you have to collect all the creepy dolls, or is it just something you come upon?
No, it's just something you come upon.
Okay, well, thanks.
Which is great,
Thank the heavens that it's not a collection, because
and this is why, ladies and gentlemen, he will never play.
That's right. I will never play a horror game.
Keep trying to get him to play,
Yeah,
but he won't
it's not going to work. It doesn't work. Yeah, not going to do it. So, yeah, I mean, so you're going to obviously finish it. You like it so much. Yeah, you finish a lot of horror games.
I'll probably play it again, too.
Yeah, I wonder if there's the main game, like you unlock the shotgun with limited ammo. I wonder when you play this if it unlocks something else when you beat it.
Well, I think I'll probably start a new game to find out.
Yeah, like New Game Plus or something. Yeah.
But I don't know if I get to keep my shotgun, though. That's the thing.
You get different guns in the expansion, right? So you probably...
Yeah.
Yeah, Rose just has a pistol so far, which seems kind of...
she has a shotgun, too.
Oh, there you go. That would be great if you did keep
and
the
her
shotgun.
powers.
It'd be great if they just gave you the same things of like, we're just going to give you a shotgun.
Her powers like a shotgun. You can't do that.
Oh, yeah, you like force push and then it turns stuff to dust, I saw.
Yeah.
Like, it's more of unlocking things or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks really good. Like I said, I don't play
It's a really
spooky
cool
games,
concept.
but it looks beautiful, and I like the idea of continuing her story because she was just a baby in the first game.
I like it.
So now, what is she, like 13 or 12 or something like
I think
that?
she's like 15, 16, something like that. You were close. It's okay.
I was close to the day. It doesn't matter. She's spooky anyway. But you like it. You're going to continue playing something like that.
I really like it.
That's
I'm
good.
Enjoying it. Yeah.
Well, you know, we celebrate Halloween in our own way. You play the horror games
in the proper way.
the proper way by doing something very spooky.
And Joe hides out in the den.
Yeah, I do.
Horror games.
It's pretty nuts. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think that's it this week, guys. I want to remind you that this podcast will hit my website, www.gamewithgrief.com, Monday morning at 7 a.m. Please go there and let me know what you think of the show. You can subscribe to the podcast in either Apple iTunes, the Google Play Store, or Spotify, and the audio hits YouTube day and date with the podcast. You can also write to me at gwgpodfellows@gmail.com, so go there. Leave me a letter review, rate me there. Or you can find me on Twitter at JustLittleJoe. Have a good week, and we will talk to you guys in a non-spooky week. Bye.